I just came out of an eye exam and my eyes are really distorted right now. And it reminds me of how in cognitive therapy, oh, by the way, I'm a coach and a counselor. If you've never seen any of my video clips or YouTubes or whatever, totally understandable. I haven't seen most of them. Just kidding. Anyways, I'm telling you, I just came out of the eye doctor and I can't see clearly. They dilated my eyes apparently. This is the first time I ever did anything like this. And I feel very distorted. I don't know if that letter on the phone is a 3 or a 8. And it's interesting because if I thought it was a 3, and then I might go to a certain conclusion. And if I thought it was an 8, like if I think it's 433, or if it's 438, if I think it's 433, I might be late because it's actually 438. And I have a 20-minute drive, and I'm not going to arrive on time because I have to go inside. And then it's going to be because I misperceived. Okay, small thing. But let's talk about it on a big scale. And the big scale is if I see what my spouse or friend did as a 3 out of 10, let's say, of a bad thing, then I'm going to react a 3. Or maybe not react at all, but I'm going to at least have a feeling, an emotion, a thought that's parallel to a 3. But if I think it's an 8, I'm going to have a more magnified reaction, and it's going to be a distortion, just like my eyes right now are not working correctly yet. They say in 3 hours, hopefully. Then I'm going to react an 8. And my friend or my wife is going to be like, "What's up, Daniel? Okay, I screwed up a little bit, but why are you reacting that big?" Well, truth is because I perceive it's an 8. Well, you and I both know that sometimes we come out of that and we get a lot of clarity and we're like, yikes, it really was a 3. It really was. And I'm sorry, it was a 3. And that extra 5, and then we have to apologize. And even if we had a point, and so sometimes we can't even get our point across at that point because we already made such a huge deal out of it. Now, why do we do that? It's very important to know. The reason is because when we're triggered and we get intensified, and let's say on a 0 to 10 point scale, when we get above that 4, 5, 6 range, we start having more and more and more distortion. So if you could just imagine, when you're at a 4, it's like a 2, and then a 5, it's like a 5, it's like a 4, and at a 6, it's like an 8, and at a 7, it's like a 10. And on until I'm at a 10 out of 10 and I'm raging if that happens, or I'm panicked because I'm magnifying it beyond understanding. And then from there, my perception is so magnified that my feeling is so magnified, and then my reaction is so magnified. And this is good, solid cognitive therapy that we've been taught about, cognitive psychology and coaching work. It's throughout all coaches' work. Talk about it in different ways. Question is, what do you do about it? We feel stuck, and then we actually come to believe these thoughts. And then we pop out and we're like, shoot, man, I'm not being the good person I know I can be. Why do I do this? And then we misperceive about ourselves, which is also very problematic because now I'm having an 8 reaction to myself because I screwed up. And now, oh my gosh, now I'm just angry with them, anxious I'm going to do it again, sad, It's not a good cycle. And in our clinics, we deal with this all the time, which is we're having serious ongoing problems. You definitely need to go to a clinic, find a good therapist, and lots available today on Zoom, lots of YouTube resources. But what I want to tell you is that the reason that it's so important is right there is because how do we get out of those things? How do we get ourselves back to clarity? Is it going to take 3 hours like my eyes right now that are dilated? And if it does, that's 3 hours of a bad morning. Or can it take 3 minutes? Because when it takes 3 minutes, the relationship does well. And when it takes 3 hours, we don't do well. A relationship doesn't do well, whatever is going on. And so we need to know how. How do you get out of that? Get up to a 6, 7, 8, 9. And most of us don't know. I didn't know. I had 3-4 therapists up in the past, maybe you could say a couple other coaches, healers, and I did not learn reliable tools until I was a therapist. And I was busy trying to figure out, okay, what kind of tools and what's going to help and what's going to work, and I can't help this person, I'm frustrated, I want to help them. And I started gathering tools in my toolbox, and now I've organized them, and I've discovered through God's help and with the universe, God, divine, whatever, guiding me, I put together a protocol. It's called the 2-step protocol for overcoming super strong emotions. And it works if you work it right. So we developed a coaching program really specifically for that. And it can be therapeutic, but it's not a replacement for therapy. But it's a skills training and a mastery. And we put an emotional coaching overlay, basically, so you will really get the job done. And really make sure it works in reality and you get out of things quickly. And I want to invite you or anyone you know to, without any cost whatsoever, just do a free masterclass. Why? 2 reasons. Number 1, I want to gift you with some concepts and a basic tool so that more and more people can understand all of this. And if you can't go, we could send you a type of recording. Just email us. And also to give you the opportunity to understand what it is. And if you feel like now's the time, this is what I want, then we'll be able to give you a coaching programs or hook you up with the right therapy process to get done with hurting people. It's time for us to start seeing people clearly. We're not going to hurt ourselves or hurt other people if we see clearly. We're going to live in integrity with ourselves, and we're going to have a good life. Thank you for your time. If you would like to come to a masterclass or have any questions or would like any other help that we can provide, please, I won't be distorted when you call. I'll be able to see more clearly. And then I'll be able to make a good decision about how to be of service to you or my team will. Click in the link below in the post or the bio or whatever, and reach out to us. Have a great day. Keep on working we'll keep on growing.